Growing up Mexican American was always difficult for me as a child, especially as a student. Spanish was my first language learned. At a young age, I learned how to speak Spanish and have a perfect conversation with anyone native to Spanish. Troubles arose when I started kindergarten at age 6. Not knowing how to speak or write English, I was quickly placed in ESL and taken out of class for no reason. I was passed to first grade knowing a little more but not sufficient to be caught up to grade level. The sad part about me being pulled out of class is that I was never taught to read or write Spanish in ESL, nor I was taught to read or write English. In my first grade parent-teacher conference, my mother cried listening to the teacher or translator. They were concerned with me falling behind and not learning how to read, but still never did anything for me. From that day on, I would memorize the books given to me so I would not disappoint my mother. Sadly, I was passed to second grade. I was extremely behind in grade level and math. I was not much of a speaker in class, but caught on to speaking English with my friends in the playground. And by the end of second grade, I was a fluent speaker to my friends. If a teacher would speak to me, I would shut down and just stare at them. I was tested for special education, but for some reason never qualified. Then my whole life changed. I became a third grader, and I met Miss Rocha. Miss Rocha was the first teacher that knew Spanish, and I did not have to be taken out of her class for the major part of the day. I was so excited because for the first time in my life, I felt like I was a part of my classroom. Miss Rocha made a dramatic change in how I learned. I could finally read a book without memorizing the words. Little to say, I passed to third grade, still behind, but at least I could read and do math at a first grade level. The years passed, and I was never held back. In 5th grade, my mother made the drastic decision to send me to school in Mexico for a year due to the last parent-teacher conference she had. My mother wanted to know why my report card showed A's and B's when all my homework and notebooks had F's and D's. School in Mexico was different for me, but I soon adapted and quickly learned the basic Spanish writing skills that I needed. Time passed, and I was transferred back to Tucson to start middle school. I soon learned in middle school that I was not the only one behind in grade level, and I was okay with this. Schooling in America class has taught me a lot on education. Not knowing what I did all my life through school had a name: studenting. Studenting was my normal routine to get through school. I quickly learned what exactly I needed to turn in and study to pass the class. I can say my education fits within the purpose of public education by me studenting and getting through school. Once I passed to high school, after my 8th grade graduation, I decided to start summer school. I attended Pueblo High School in the summer for 3 summers straight. Not knowing this would give me extra credits, in my junior year, my counselor told me I could take an extra class online and I would be able to graduate a year early. I was super excited and quickly registered for the class. I graduated in the new millennium 2000 with none of my friends. Graduating early worked out. I had my graduation May 17, 2000 and had my baby girl May 26, 2000. I moved on to Pima Medical Institute and received a certification in medical secretary. How I received the certification, I have no idea, but I got it in March 25, 2001. Shortly after, I quit my job and started to work at a public school as a paraprofessional. Quickly, I realized that working with children was it. I wanted to become a teacher. I started Pima Community College in 2004, thinking college was going to be similar to my earlier education. College was difficult and stressful. Slowly but surely, I took classes, passed all of them except math. I took all the classes I could take at Pima Community College, and it was impossible for me to pass math. I finally quit school and realized I would never graduate. Years went by, and I decided to try school again. I enrolled at the University of Phoenix. I had a great math instructor, and he inspired me to be like him when I became a teacher. The instructor took his time to teach us and would stop the class if someone did not understand the problem. I learned math and took the last 2 classes and passed it with an A. I continued taking education classes until stupid of me decided to change majors to business. I took 1 class and hated it. I tried to change back, but the school did not offer that major anymore. Luckily, the advisor asked me if I had considered a local university like ASU or the U of A. One of these universities would take all or most of my credits. Attending the University of Arizona was always my dream, but I considered myself not good enough for it. The advisor said with my grade point average at a 3.9 at my previous university, the U of A would accept me, and they did. With a positive attitude, soon I will have a happy ending at my dream university, the U of A.